Hey guys, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Myself Swaroop, and I'm doing a guest appearance today mainly because I wanted to showcase my solve on one of the puzzles which appeared in the recently concluded Indian Puzzle Championship. If you haven't already participated or have checked the puzzles, they are available on Logic Masters India website. I highly recommend to solve those puzzles. They are of very high quality and amazing solve paths for each of those puzzle, and we will provide the link to the competition which is completed now, but you can still access the puzzles and solve them. uh, we'll provide that link in the YouTube description. Do check it out. But today's puzzle which I want to cover is IPC Criss Cross from round 4 casual round, which was also the highest pointed puzzle, 120 points. And so I wanted to show some notations and some provide some tips which will help to solve this puzzle smoothly. With that, let's get started. First of all, the rules of IPC Criss Cross Puzzle. There, you need to fill in this given list, the given words into this crisscross board. The words should read from left to right or top to bottom. Right? You can read it. It should read from left to right or top to bottom. And the third rule is, so the each letter, each alphabet will go into this each individual cell, with an exception that wherever we have a string of 3 letters together, which is IPC. So wherever we have a string of IPC, for example this one, it can be compressed into a single cell. So what I mean by that is, you can either write it as let me change to caps, IPC, or you can compress it into a single cell and write IPC. So that's the twist. So just to repeat just to repeat the rules, you need to place these words, all the given words, into the cells which are kind of interlinked in crisscross pattern, such that each each alphabet is put into one cell, except that wherever you have a string IPC, it can either be part of 3 separate cells or just be compressed into a single cell. So I hope the rules are clear, and with that, let's get started solving this puzzle. So the first tip, I would say, considering the size of this puzzle and the points, it will be very convenient to write down some notations. For example, one notation is to immediately write down the possible size of this given words, right? For example, the dip code, it's a 7-letter word, and you have one string IPC which can be compressed into one cell based on the rules. That means that this whole word dip code can either be 7-letter if IPC is spelled in each individual cell, or it can be of 5 size. And how that can be, for example, I'll just show here. So it can be D IPC compressed OAT, just an example. So you can see now it becomes a 5-letter word. So you can notice that whenever you have one string of IPC, it compresses the actual size of the word by 2. So with that, you can quickly write down the possible sizes of each word based on how many times the string IPC occurs in that word. So this one is again 75, 75, and so on. And the other notation is to write down the size of this, I guess, this word length in this crisscross. For example, this one is 1, 2, 3, 7, size 7. This column would be 3, 6, size 8, and so on. So writing this notation down will help you a lot. There is, I mean, you can say that okay, you are spending some extra minutes, but considering the points, it is the highest pointer puzzle in this round, 120 points, and considering big size, it's okay to take a minute and write down these notations, and I'll show you how that helps you to solve this puzzle easily. So to save time on the video, I have went ahead and pre-planned and put all these numbers. So let me switch to new tab where I have put. Okay, so you can see here I have placed all these numbers, sizes for each of these words, possible sizes, and this particular set of words had exactly the IPC string was exactly appearing once. So there were only two possibilities for each of these words. So I have written down all, and also I have written down the size of this crisscross board for each row or column wherever the word can be placed. With that, and the third, so this is the two notations which will be very helpful in this one. The third tip I would say is, generally in this word puzzles, the higher size of words, or the words which are of like which the number of words, the length of which there are only few words of the particular length, they could be the starting point. It could be of lower size, it could be of higher size, but the number of the quantity of words of which particular length are small in size could be a good starting point. So in this particular one, I can quickly notice once I have placed these notations is you have two words of size 14, but in the grid I can see that there is no place to put a 14 letter word. That immediately tells me that both of these words needs to be compressed by, so basically the string IPC must be part of just a single cell, and therefore we need to use the compressed size of these words. And then the next thing I can notice, and again, it's not a specific rule or why, but usually most of these kind of word puzzles, the starting point is either the largest size words or the smallest, depending on the puzzle how it's created. But I'm just starting, since there are since for the smaller size I can see there are many words, but the since the largest size was only the quantity 2, like the 14 or 13, and so I just started from that side. And then the second thing I noticed here was this 12 size, the ones which I particularly highlighted. There are three places. Let me highlight this entire cell. So this is one, this is second place, and this is third place. So there are three places where you need to fit words of size 12. And looking at the word list, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 words. So you have pretty restricted set of words which needs to be fit in these three uh, areas, such that at least, for example, this cell, right? This cell kind of overlaps between two words. It's the letter which shares these common words. Uh, uh, Sorry, the common letter between these two different words. So the way we approach this is by writing down the possibilities which can go in this common position. So for example, whichever word goes here in the first, this highlighted, the one which I'm trying to show. Let me remove this highlighting now that you know where to focus. So this cell, which is means it's the second last cell. So we can write down among these four words the second last letter which is possible in this cell, right? So I can go ahead. So from gossip column, it could be M, or strip cartoon can be O, or chip cookie can be I, or membership card can be R. So we know that whichever word you place here, these are the four characters, alphabets possible in this cell. Now here is the interesting thing. This character or this cell is also the starting cell for this next word of size 12. So we can see out of these four letters, which is the word possible in this row of size 12. So we can see it's G, S, C, M, and we can quickly eliminate that O, I, R are not possible. So with that, we can place our first word, which is M, right? M is the only common there which can fit these two intersecting words. And then we already know that IPC must be compressed because of size 12, and I can fill out the membership card. And I'll use this green notation to mark the words which are already done. So membership card is done, and there was only one word which was fitting vertically, which gives us M in the second last position. So I can go ahead and fill that as well. And again I know here that IPC should not be compressed because the size is 12 and the word length is 12. So we don't need to compress the word IPC. And we have placed our second word. And now once we get this start, there's so many options to look around, because now you have, like, in this different kind of cell combinations, you at least have one letter which you can search for in that particular size of the word, and you can look for, okay, I want a word which is of size 10 and third letter R, or you can look a word which is size 12 and sixth letter as H. So there are so many options now opened up after this initial two placement of words, and that makes now this puzzle very easy and go smoothly. So to make scanning much easier, it's better to look at those places where you have the first or last characters rather than the middle ones. Again, no particular preference, you can look at with different possible locations, but this will help you to do things faster. For example, the next I can quickly look is this cell, right? We have the first letter L, and I know I need a size 6, and I can, now that I have placed this notation, you can see how quick it is to scan. So size 6, I need to only check these 5 words, and first letter L. There's only one word which is having first letter as L, which is lip cleft, and I can then immediately place that here. And my bad, I need to compress, right? Easy. Then immediately I get the T as first letter for the column which is of size 10. So I can quickly check 10, okay, here, and first letter T. Okay, there are two words But then we also have another hint where third letter is R, and you can quickly eliminate tulip is not possible, so it's turnip cake. So you can see now how fast you can start placing uh, these words into this big grid once you have these notations in place. So I can mark this turnip cake is done. I see there's another word here which 9-letter word and starts with S. So I can scan through many nines, but many S as well. Ship canal, slip cover, ship complex. So let's visit this later. Then maybe this one, last alphabet. Again, as I said, so scanning through words for first or last letters is much easier than scanning for the middle alphabets. So I want a 8-letter word where ending is L. So 888, nothing ends L here. D, trip coil. Okay, so I see there is only one word which is trip coil, which ends with letter L. So let's go ahead and trip coil. Then I can see it's now only 5-letter word ending with T. Again, so there I go here, 5-letter word. So we have dip coat and tip card, but I know that I need O, and tip card doesn't have an O. So I can mark this dip coat, and I know it needs to be compressed, and there we go. So now you can see it's now more than trick, it's how fast you can start scanning things and the puzzle starts flowing smoothly. And there are many places you don't need to get stuck. You have many places to look at. So you have the H here, you can look at 11-letter here, 9-letter here. So there are many places to look at. So I'll just go ahead and maybe look at this 9-letter because 9-letter word, since we have 2 alphabets to find that out. So 9 is 6. We have 5, 6 and 8 options, actually 9 options. We know third last letter has to be O, so this is not possible. Flagship car not possible, this is not possible, and this is not possible. So among these 5 remaining, I can see there's O only in 2 of them, which is flip clock and slip cover. But I can see that I need at least one space between C and O, so it can't be slip cover, so it is flip clock. So I can mark this and I can put that here, flip clock. Then this, okay, I'm not forgot to put a size here, so let's quickly put that. So 3, 6, 9, 1, 10. So this is of size 10. So size 10 word with second letter being I. So I know the 10 size which is here, not strip, not drip, not tulip. So only one word again, which is rip current. I can go ahead and put that here. And we are done with the left side. Let's carry on. We have 11-letter word here where 4th character is P. So tulip is not possible. Drip is possible. Oh, sorry, 11. So I am looking at wrong area here. So worship not possible. Data strip not possible. Whip cracker possible. Ship complex possible. Kinship care not possible. Flagship car not possible. So there are 2 possible words here, ship complex and whip cracker. So let's so sometimes it helps to write down both possible words. So for example, I can write down ship complex here, and then also write down the second word How that helps us is, so whip C cracker, it's same. So how that helps us is it gives us the possibility of this interacting cell, that okay, this cell can contain only O or R. So now we can check with this vertical column, is there a word which has this either O or R? There are sometimes which will, this will eliminate some of your choices. So let's go ahead and look at that. The 12 letter word, only two are left, and we need H in the sixth position. But I can quickly see that strip cartoon does not even have this letter H. So I know that it has to be chalk chip cookie. So I can go ahead and I also know that it needs to be compressed. So chalk chip IPC O O. So I know now that it has to be O here, and let's complete the rest. And the moment I place a O here, I know now that it can't be ship cracker, so it has to be ship complex. So we can go ahead and remove this other letters and mark ship complex also as done. Amazing, right? How this puzzle is flowing smoothly now. It's just one word after one interacting word you need to look at. So now the speed depends on how fast you can scan and start putting these words here. So now, for example, now again the next word I can check out, this is this 9 row with second letter H. So let's check that. And 9 second H not possible, flagship not possible, whip cracker possible, slip cover not possible, ship canal possible. So we have two possibilities again. So what I'll do is, instead of writing these two letters for all the cells, I'll just do we can, or let's go ahead, actually that will help us. So let's go ahead. So again, so here, if it's whip cracker, it has to be compressed, right? And if it is ship canal, SHIPCANAL, then it need not, we don't need to compress it. Now we can look at this interacting column of size 10. The last letter is R. So we can see size 10, only 3 words are left. And we can quickly see that tulip chair is the only word with last letter as R. So we can go ahead, TULIP. It is now, you know that it is C and HAIR. The moment we know it is C, it can't be cracker. So it has to be ship canal, and we can now replace this with ship NAL. So we're now done with ship canal and tulip chair. And then now we can see the 5-letter word which starts with T, and I can see there's only one word which is tip card. So T compressed ART. Then I can look for here probably the 11-letter word with second alphabet as A. And I can see it's not flag, it's not kin, not whip, not data, yes, worship, no. So again, there's only one word which fits there. So data stripe. So let's go ahead and fill that. And I know it needs to be compressed data strip code, right? Now we can look at 9 or 7, doesn't matter. Let's look at 7 maybe. You know the third has to be IPC and compressed. So I don't need to even look at this size 7 because we know it needs to be a compressed string of IPC. So I can directly look at this 3 option. And the third cell should be compressed. So we can see it's not tip. It can be flip and slip. So, okay, we need to revisit this later. Let us look at this 9 letter down, such that third is A and fifth is S. So I can see it's not whip, not kin, not slip, not tip, and not flip. So only one word which has third letter as A. Let's go ahead and mark that flagship car. Then it gives A here, which might help in finding the 6-letter word. We have 3 options left, and second is alphabet is flagship, just a flagship car. Yeah, okay. So we can see second, so there's no A here, no A here. So there's only one word with A, which is IPC or IP camera. And so we can go ahead and, you know, IPC is compressed here and IPC camera. And we had 2 options for this column 7. If you remember, it was flip chart or slip cover. But we know now that the second last has to be R. So it has to be flip chart. So flip R, flip chart. There we go. Now we have the 8-letter word with second last alphabet as E. So drip coffee, possible. Whipcord, not possible. Clip clop, not possible. Again, one word, and can put drip. No, it has to be compressed. So drip coffee. Now we have 5-letter word with D. So second last as D. So clearly zip code is the only option here. Zip zip code. Now we 6-letter word down with third being IPC. Whipcord and clip clop, again both are possible. So let's look at some other place. We can check this 8-letter word. The second last has to be R, and these all 8s are done. So we have 2 words left for 8. Perfect, right? Because now we know that here 6 is either clip clock or whipcord. So whichever goes here, the other one goes here. So let's look. The second last letter is R, and it's not clip clop, so it has to be whipcord. So let's mark that whipcord, and that immediately gives us the one letter here, word here, which is clip clop. Amazing, right? How this puzzle is flowing after the initial breaking, which we have this interaction of this 12 words, the way it interacted and gave us the first 2 words, and then the puzzle was flowing very smoothly. So let's continue, and this one I don't even need scanning now. After you have put some words, it becomes much easier, and you can see again how these notations are very useful now. For example, we need a 13 size word, and there's only one word which is of size 13, which is worship circus. I don't even need to look at anything else, and I can just put this worship circus, right, and then just mark it here. Now again, this, for example, this size 10, there's only one word in this word list which can be of possible size 10, which is strip cartoon. So I can go ahead, mark that, and put that here, strip needs to be compressed. Sorry guys. Okay, strip cartoon. Now we have two alphabets for this column, which is a 11 letter word, and we need N and I. And we can see that whip cracker does not have N, so it has to be kinship care. So let's mark that. So KINKNARE. We can look at this word. It has size 7. I missed here. So size 7 and starting with R, or no. Yeah, so there's only one word here, or not one word. So tip cheese is not possible. Slip cover is not possible. So it has to be ripcord. So mark that, and it's ripcord. And then we can see now maybe this we have okay, let's check. Now we have this four alphabets in this, so we should be able to do this one. And we can see here it's ending with R and 9 letter, so it has to be slip cover, right? Because tip chase doesn't have R at the end. So slip cover, slip cover. Now we have only two words to place. So whip cracker of size 9, and we don't even need to check the alphabets because we know there's size 7 and size 9, and we know that this has to be at least size 9 or 11. So there's only one place, so it is to be whip PC cracker, and then the 7 has to be tip and E. And with that we complete this amazing crisscross puzzle, and you can see how smoothly it flowed after this notation and initial break-in. So remember this tips or tricks basically to kind of immediately write down the possible or immediately write down the size of these words and the size of this rows or columns, so that you can start doing something like match the following, and look out for the big words where it can fit in the grid, and that would be usually the starting point in such puzzles. I hope you like this video. Please do hit like button and subscribe this channel to stay tuned with amazing videos. And if you have any request for us to solve any particular puzzle from the ongoing this contest, uh, or any other contest, or any other puzzle you find somewhere, and you want us to give a crack on it and provide some tips to solve, please let us know. Till then, take care. Thanks guys.